I'm just a poor student, forced into an arranged marriage. So I hired someone to fake a marriage with me. But right when I was about to register, the clerk told me, "Miss, you're already married. Trying to register again?" That's bigamy. I stood in the hall of the Civil Affairs Bureau, clutching that glaring red marriage certificate, trembling all over. The man in the photo was breathtakingly handsome, but I didn't even know who he was. A stranger named Gu Baiken, like a bolt from the blue, shattering all my plans. As yet, the wealthy fiancé my stepmother was forcing me to marry her own nephew. I was caught in a ridiculous twist of fate. For the rest of my life, I'm destined to turn this mistake into my own path to victory. This mystery husband, I'll make him own up to it, or I'll make him get lost. The clerk's eyes were like daggers, cutting right through me. She looked me up and down, from my faded jeans to my canvas bag, as if seeing some scheming gold digger. I froze in my tracks. What? I don't even have a boyfriend. How can I be married? Impossible. I blurted out, my voice cracking with anxiety. I don't have a boyfriend. I've never even properly held a man's hand. The clerk sneered, fingers clacking on the keyboard, then with a loud thud, pushed the printed certificate right in front of me. See for yourself. It's in the system. Lin Niatang, female, born in June 1999. ID ending in 4418. Need me to go on? With a shaking hand, I picked up the red certificate. The woman in the photo was definitely me. I'd known that face for 22 years. Even the T mark by my eye was exactly the same. But I didn't know this man at all. The man in the photo wore a black shirt and had striking eyes. His features were so sharp, he looked like a manga character. Those eyes were dark and deep, as if they could read my soul. He was incredibly handsome, exactly my type. But I swear I have never met this person. The clerk continued robotically, her tone dripping with sarcasm. The groom, Gu Baiken, in March 1995. ID number, Gu Baiken. It's a nice name, like a male lead in a novel. Miss, faking a marriage certificate is illegal, she warned me, looking at me like a joke. Bigamy carries prison time. Up to 3 years. Hiring actors. Forging certificates. What are you even after? I was helpless and beyond words. Walking out the doors. The March sun stung my eyes. I stared at the certificate that appeared out of nowhere, feeling dazed, as if I'd been struck hard into another dimension. What is going on? A weak voice came from the side. Miss Lin. It was the college guy hired. A young student. A clean-cut look. He looked at me with a mix of pity and fear. Miss Lin, if you're already married, why'd you hire me to fake one? Looking for a thrill. Deposit is non-refundable. He spoke firmly, then turned tail and ran. Scared I'd cling to him. I looked down at the red booklet again. Gu Baiken. The man was indeed handsome, but I knew nothing of him. It was a gift from the no. A husband fell in the sky, shaking. I pulled out my phone and dialed a number. Hello, check someone for me. Gu Baiken, from Heir, born in March 1995. I want everything on him, as fast as possible. A nonchalant voice came from the other end. Boss, what kind of deal are you in now? Shut it! Email it to me within 20 minutes. I hung up, hopped on my second-hand electric bike, and sped toward the Lin family villa. Wind whipped across my face, my mind a chaotic mess. Hongmei, my stepmother, forced me to register today, threatening to throw out my mother's belongings if I didn't. But if the system shows I'm married, how can I marry that guy? Wait, if I'm already married, does that mean Chen Hongmei can't force me to marry that nephew? As soon as the thought of it, I crushed it. The unknown risk is scarier than a known devil. Who is this Gu Baiken? What if he's a criminal? What if he's 70 years old? He looks young in the photo. What if it's photoshopped? My brain felt like mush, and I rode the bike as fast as it could go. As I reached the Lin family villa, I heard the servants whispering. Who's that? She's pretty, but she dresses poorly. She's the unacknowledged illegitimate daughter. Her mother was a mistress who shut pregnant, giving birth on the same day as Madam. It was such a scandal. That's the shameless one, refusing to leave the Lin family after all these years. So thick-skinned. I heard that when her mother was pregnant, the master didn't want anything to do with her. He only supported her outside of the pregnancy. Turned out it was just a girl, a waste of time. Unbelievable, truly embarrassing. Madam nearly went into early labour. A brat like that should have been left in the street. I gripped the handles, my knuckles white. I've heard this 22 years. I'm over it. I used to be sad, hiding away to cry, but not anymore. I walked into the living room, leaving those whispers behind. When Chen Hongmei saw me, her eyes lit up. Then she immediately frowned. Tang is back. You registered, right? Well, is that young man decent? Let me tell you, it had to be today, or you'll face the consequences. It's done. I nodded coldly, shoving that bizarre red booklet to the bottom of my canvas bag. An accident happened along the way. The deed is done, though not by choice. Even if the guy is a stranger. Chen Hongmei immediately became petty. Good. Tang, remember your place. Don't get any big ideas. Gu Mochin is your sister's fiancé, the heir to the elite the Gu family. No illegitimate girl could ever match him. Your sister is the true heiress, the only one worthy of the Gu family. Stop dreaming. Marrying a nobody is more than your mother deserved. I sneered in silence, figuring out how to explain the situation. Gu Mochin is the eldest grandson of Haicheng's top family, a rising business star, the chosen one. He taught me for 4 years in college, sending me breakfast every day, writing love letters, playing guitar under my dorm room, making it known to the whole school. On graduation day, he suddenly went off with Lin Anran, saying, "Lin Yantang is beneath me." After Chen Hongmei found out, she forced me to marry anyone else to cut all ties with Gu Mochin. She was afraid I'd cling to him and affect Lin Anran's chance at marriage. It's always been this way. Whenever my interests crossed with Lin Anran's, Chen Hongmei used illegitimate to force me into submission. Snacks went to my sister, pretty clothes to my sister, rooms to my sister. Even for university, Chen Hongmei forced me into some trashy school far away, saying, "Don't embarrass your sister. No one needs to know that the Lin family has a low-life illegitimate girl." I used to be naive, thinking I deserved to suffer. I was the illegitimate one, right? My mother failed to replace the original wife. But now that I'm awake, I'm not catering to them anymore. This is the last time I help you. I looked at Chen Hongmei calmly. I got married today. From now on, I owe you nothing. If you threaten me with my mother's things again, I'll expose how you swapped those babies. Chen Hongmei's face paled, then shrugged. Fine, I get it. Don't act like I gained so much. By the way, who is he? Do you have a photo? Show me. What's his education? Does he have a house or a car? If he's too poor, it'll humiliate the Lin family. Ignoring her, I went upstairs to Lin Aran's room. She was at her vanity, dripping in designer clothes and expensive jewelry. Hearing the door, she looked at me, smiling innocently. Tang Tang is here. Married quickly. Who is he? Is he handsome? Is he better looking than Brother Mochin? I shrugged. He's all right, actually handsome. Chen Hong sneered beside her. How good could he be? No one in Haicheng beats young Master Gu. He's just some pauper. I didn't even let him in. Didn't want my eyes soiled. Honestly, a construction worker would do for you. That's your level. Exactly. Lin Anran covered her mouth and giggled, contempt flashing through her eyes. With Tang Tang's status, what decent family would have her? She's lucky if anyone wants her at all. Unlike me, but Mochin insisted on marrying only me. I couldn't be bothered with them and turned to leave. Then, Lin Anran was putting on high heels, spent forever struggling with the thin straps. It's like she was waiting for me on purpose. Chen Hongmei immediately shoved me. What are you standing there for? Help your sister with her shoes. Have some respect. Me? Do they think I'm still that easy target from my childhood? You want me to help? Do it yourself. I took a step back, said coldly. I get dizzy when I bend over too long, and I'd hate to vomit on you. Chen Hongmei instantly flew into a rage. Lin Niantang, what's with that attitude? Think you're a big deal now? Do you want to stay in the Lin family? If not, then get out. I don't. I turned and walked away without looking back. Just as I reached the door, my father, Lin Shen Yuan, returned, dressed in a suit, looking like a total hypocrite. What's the noise about? Someone from the Gu family is here. Everyone behave yourselves, and don't make us look like a joke. Someone from the Gu family? I paused. Lin Shen Yuan saw me and frowned. Niantang, since you're here, come and meet the guests. Even though you're now, forget it. You might as well come in. I didn't refuse. I wanted to see who came from the Gu family. If it's Gu Mochen, I'll take this chance to clear things up. If it's the Gu family elders, I reached for the marriage license in my bag. In a sudden surge of confidence, in the living room, Chen Hongmei and Lin Anran chatting and laughing around a wealthy lady. Their flattering look made me sick. It was Gu Mochen's mother, Mrs. Gujo Yakin. She was well preserved, being only in her 30s. Every move she made was elegant and regal, yet her eyes showed a haughty distance. I walked in and saw the man standing by the window. He wore a well-tailored black suit, broad-shouldered and lean, tall and elegant. His features were handsome and sharp, radiating a cold, untouchable aura. His brows were like blades, and his nose high. With lips pressed together, his jaw was sharp enough to cut. Just by standing there, he exerted a powerful pressure. Like a born leader, Gu Baiken. My pupils contracted, and my heart skipped a beat. The person in front of me was even more handsome than his photo, agonizingly handsome. Why is he here? Is he the same Gu Baiken on my marriage certificate? Please come in, President Gu. Please take the seat of honor. Lin Shengyuan bowed and scraped, sweat beads forming on his forehead, completely unlike my usual dignified father. Gu Baiken nodded slightly, gaze casually brushing over me. Then, nothing. He looked as if he didn't know me at all, eyes as indifferent as if he were looking at furniture, as if I were just a stranger, an insignificant nobody. President Gu. Who is? Lin Shengyuan looked at the person beside Gu Baiken, who was an old butler with a powerful aura. Gu Baiken spoke softly, his voice deep and magnetic. She is unwell, and resting at home. I am here in her stead today. Missus. Gu nodded with a smile, letting her gaze linger on me for a moment, before looking away. Look, it seemed she knew me, disdained to acknowledge me. Nanran looked shyly at Gu Mochin, who was walking in through the door, bearing a bouquet of flowers. Brother Mochin, you're here. Lin Anran hurried forward, instantly taking his arm. Gu Mochin nodded, yet his eyes drifted toward me with a complex look. conflict, gloom, and a hint of regret and possessiveness I couldn't fathom. Me. What's going on? Isn't Gu Mokhan engaged to Lin Anran? Why is he still looking at me? What a jerk. Niantang, Gu Mokhan suddenly spoke, his voice a bit dry. Long time no see. Not long. I saw you at the mall last month, I replied coldly. Young Master Gu has a poor memory. His expression stiffened. Chen Hongmei immediately tried to smooth things over. Oh, ignore her, young Master Gu. She doesn't know her place. Come, let's have some tea. Gu Baikhan's gaze travelled between Gu Mokhan and me. He squinted slightly, as if in thought. The look was too intense. I didn't dare stay. So while no one was watching, I slipped out to the balcony for some air. The March wind was still chilly, cooling the heat in my face. I stood by the railing, looking at the garden, my mind a complete mess. Steady footsteps came from behind. I turned around and saw Gu Baichan walking out, on the phone. His back was to me, shoulders broad, standing tall as a pine. He lowered his voice. Have you found out? What happened with the civil affairs system? When did I get registered? It shows 3 years ago. Absurd. My heart skipped a beat. 3 years ago, I was still in college, and I hadn't even met him. He hung up the phone, turned around and saw me there. His brow furrowed. Who are you? Who gave you permission to eavesdrop? His tone was incredibly condescending. I took a deep breath and walked over, looking him straight in the eye. Hubby, I called out, crisp and clear, not loud, but enough for him to hear. Gu Baichan whirled around, his gaze turning ice cold. What did you call me? Hubby? I blinked, looking at him innocently, shook the canvas bag in my hand. The marriage certificate was kept. Don't you recognize me? I'm your wife, Gilly. Miss. He took a step back, frowning deeply, exuding a dangerous vibe. I'm already married. Have some respect. Keep talking nonsense. You'll pay for it. I know. I doubt the copy of the certificate, the one I made at the bureau. So I'm here to claim my husband, Gu Baichan, Mill, born March, 1995. Am I right? Gu Baichan glanced at it and soft. Miss Lin, be more professional with your forgeries. This looks real, but I could never marry you. I don't even know your name. If you're really married to me, why have I never seen you? And, he paused, his eyes getting colder, as if looking at something filthy. And I'd never marry a bastard daughter. That sentence set me off. Gu Baichan, I stepped forward, clenching my fists. What's that supposed to mean? Look down on me because of my birth. Do you think I chose this? Did I have a choice? What's it mean? He also stepped forward, towering over me with an intense pressure. Exactly what I said. Miss Lin, I am married, but my wife could never be you, someone with your status. He looked me up and down, his eyes full of contempt. From my cheap sneakers to my faded jeans. You're not worthy of entering the Gu family. I was trembling with rage, wanting to punch his handsome face. Fine. I grit my teeth, forcing the words out. Go check with the records, go right now. If this turns out to be true, you'll kneel and apologize to me. If it's not, I, Lin Niantang, will leave Haicheng forever, and never show my face to you again. Whatever. I'd like to see. Who's behind this, using such dirty tricks to cling to the Gu family? With that said, he turned and left. I chased after him, but was blocked by 2 bodyguards in black, like 2 walls. Miss Lin, have some respect. Approach President Gu again, and don't blame us for being rough. I could only watch him leave, his figure determined and arrogant. Gu Baichan, I shouted. You'll definitely regret this. Who do you think you are? King of the world? He didn't even pause his steps. I leaned on the balcony, fuming with rage. My phone rang. It was an email from my subordinate. I clicked it open. Gu Baichan's profile was right there. Gu Baichan, current CEO of Gu Group, second son of Old Man the Gu family. His mother passed early, so he was sent abroad as a child, returning only last year. He took over the group with an iron fist. He sidelined the old man, claimed he was married, but never revealed his wife's identity. I narrowed my eyes. Fine. Since you say it's impossible, then I'll show you exactly what impossible means. Leaving the Lin family, I got a call from my subordinate. Boss, I found it. The file is in your inbox. I took a deep breath, suppressing my anger, and got on my scooter. Just give me the highlights. Gu Baichan is the second son of Old Man the Gu family, sent abroad since he was little. Supposedly, his mother's death was suspicious. The old man feared his revenge. The power struggle in the Gu family is intense. The old man favors the eldest, wanting to pass the business to Gu Mochan's father, but Gu Baichan suddenly returned last week, blind to the old man's power, and seized control of Gu Group with ruthless tactics. Now the whole business world in Haicheng fears him. I friend asking while riding. Why did he claim to be married? Well, my subordinate paused, his tone turning strange. Last year, the old man tried to arrange a marriage for him to the heiress of the Heir family, but he refused, casually claiming he was married. He even showed a marriage certificate to the old man, but strangely, we hacked the system and checked. He never actually registered any marriage. So that wife is a fake. My man was shocked. He never even went to the registry, boss. Are you that fake wife? A system bug. I was randomly assigned a husband by the system. This is ridiculous. I stopped the car, looking at the heavy traffic, feeling my life had become a farce. Keep digging, I said through grit teeth. Find out what happened 3 years ago. Also check on the He family heiress. I want every detail. Got it. I hung up, riding my bike aimlessly. As it got dark, neon lights of Haicheng began to flicker. While passing a secluded path, an old lady suddenly rushed out. I slammed on the brakes, tires screeching against the road. Fully I stopped, only 10 centimeters to spare. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Thinking it was a scam, I kept apologizing, racing. Looking closely, she was about 80, thin, but dressed very elegantly, wearing an exquisite silk chipao and a bright green jade bracelet. She clearly wasn't just anyone. She had a sign. Lost senior. Contact number. Reward promised. She had Alzheimer's. The old lady looked confused, but seeing me, her eyes lit up. Granddaughter-in-law. Me. Ma'am, you had the wrong person. I was helpless. I'll call the number. Your family will be here soon. I dialed the number, and a familiar voice answered, cold as ice. Hello? I froze. This voice, why does it sound so much like Goo Bacon? Hello? I spoke, my tone cold. Your elder is with me. Hurry up and pick her up, don't waste my time. Silence followed for 3 seconds. Goo Bacon's voice came through ice cold. Lin Niantang. Again? How much money do you want to let her go? 50,000? 100,000? Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? I rolled my eyes. Just come get her already. The address is next to the 3rd trash can at Linjiang Road. The address is. I gave him the details. 5 minutes later, several black Bentleys braked hard in front of me, kicking up a cloud of dust. Goo Bacon got out of the car, walking over with long stride, followed by a group of bodyguards. Grandmother, he took the old lady. His voice gentler than I'd ever heard. Why do you run out again? You scared me to death. The old lady saw him, but she put on a stern face. Why are you here? I'm looking for my granddaughter-in-law. Where do you hide her? Granddaughter-in-law. Goo Bacon frowned. Grandmother, you don't have one. I only sat to please grandfather. What do you mean I don't? The old lady suddenly pointed at me. She's the one. My granddaughter-in-law. I liked her the moment I saw her. I, having been single for 22 years, found myself caught in a scam, and twice in one day at that. Goo Bacon looked at me, his eyes filled with suspicion. What did you do to my grandmother? I didn't do anything. I jumped in anger. I almost hit her with my car, so I called you. Now you're biting the hand that fed you. The lady held my hand tight. Granddaughter-in-law, come home with me. Ignore this brat. Goo Bacon was speechless. And so was I. This old lady sent by the heavens just to mess with me. The next morning, I received a call from my advisor. Niantang, come to my office right now. Something happened. My heart sank with a terrible premonition. I rushed to the office and found Chen Hongmei and Lin Anran there, along with the vice dean. Professor Sun looked terrible, his eyes filled with pity. Niantang, your grad school recommendation has been revoked. What? It was like a bolt from the blue. This was my only way out, the hope I spent 22 years studying for. If it's revoked, all my hard work is wasted. Why? My voice trembled. The vice dean adjusted his glasses. Someone reported you for misconduct, academic fraud, having a messy private life. Looked at Chen Hongmei. Looked down on me like I was trash, eyes full of triumph. You've offended President Goo, she sneered. He'll make sure you can't survive in Haicheng anymore. Lin Niantang, did you think sleeping with old Mrs. Goo would make you royalty? Dream on, President Goo said it himself. A woman like you will be crushed every time he sees you. Go abroad while you still can, or even the Lin family won't be able to protect you. You'll probably take them down with you. Lin Anran hypocritically handed me a bank. Tang Tang, here's $50,000 for now. I've got more if you need it. Despite what you've done, we're sisters. I rejected her outright, staring at her coldly. $50,000? I laughed. Is that all the heiress of the Lin family has saved up? Does that even cover the dress you're wearing? Lin Anran rose, her eyes welling up. Tang Tang, how could you say that? Chen Hongmei snapped. Lin Niantang, so you think you're tough now? You still want to stay in Haicheng? Look at the mess you are selling yourself and committing academic fraud. The Lin family has no daughter like you. Besides, you're just a bastard. Why are you pursuing a master's? What a waste of money. Get out there and get a job already. Stop embarrassing us. Professor Sun couldn't stand it. Mrs. Lin, Niantang is a top-tier student. Doesn't she qualify for the program? Is there some misunderstanding? Don't stick up for her. Chen Hongmei cuts him off. I know exactly what she's like. She's been bad since she was a kid, just like her mother, only good for seducing men. She sees sister getting a degree and she's just jealous, trying to cheat her way in. She needs to take a good look in the mirror. Does she even deserve it? Vulgar. Malicious. I turn to leave, feeling heartbroken. But I keep my composure. Wait. Lin Anran suddenly speaks up. Niantang, you still dare to pester President Goo? Have you lost your mind? He's married. Are you addicted to being the other woman? I stop in my tracks, look back at her, and suddenly smile. A brilliant smile. Whether he's married, don't you go find out for yourself. By the way, Ster, you were at the Gu family yesterday. Didn't Mrs. Gu look down on you? I heard she hated your perfume, calling it cheap. Lin Anran's face turns pale instantly. I walk away, held high. Leaving the building, I look up at the sky, trying to hold back tears. My phone rings. It's a text from Gu Bacon, with just one line. Stay away from my grandmother, or pay the price. I sneer and reply immediately. Acting all tough. President Gu, pressuring a student with your power. Is that all you've got? Why don't you check the records yourself? That will be obvious then. He replies quickly. You're seeking your own ruin. I put my phone away, my gaze turning cold. Fine. So you want to play? I'll see you to the end. A few days later, I sneak into Gu Group, disguised as a courier. There was no choice. I couldn't meet Gu Baishan the normal way. Reception wouldn't let me in, saying I had no appointment. I tried calling, but his secretary hung up. The underground garage? Security kicked me out. So, I used an old trick. I showed my ID badge from 8 years ago. I had a part-time delivery job back then. I got upstairs easily, swiped into the executive area, pushed open his office door. Gu Baishan was signing papers. His profile was cold, and his features sharp. President Gu, delivery for you. I kept my voice low, placing the box on the desk. He looked up, his gaze lingering on me for a moment, then his eyes narrowed. You again, said, leaning back, his tone dangerous. Lin Niantang, you're quite resourceful, sneaking past Gu Group security. Tell me, who let you in? It was my own skill. I took off my cap and looked him in the eye. President Gu, we really are married. I'm here to discuss the divorce. What are you really after? He asked coldly, sounding very impatient. Is stalking me fun? Think this stunt will get my attention? A divorce, I said seriously. I just want to know why the system assigned me a husband. Once it's settled, we divorce immediately. I won't bother you. You'll be free. Gu Baichan. He rubbed his brow, looking exhausted. Lin, I'm busy. Gu's does billions in business, and I don't have time for your games. I know you're busy. I stepped forward and slammed the marriage license copy down. But this is important. You get to be married, but won't check the registry. The system shows us as wed. Don't you want to solve this mix-up? Important, he sniffed, glanced at the copy, and tossed it aside. You said believe your lies. It's a good forgery, but it's still fake. I told you already. I'd never marry a bastard daughter. That sentence again. I grit my teeth in anger, digging my nails into my palms. Fine. I take out my phone to call Grandma. She should know the truth. You. I dial the number I saved that day. And surprisingly, it connects. Granddaughter-in-law. The old lady's voice comes through, sounding full of energy. Do you miss Grandma? I miss you. When are you coming to see me? Is that brat bullying you? Me. Gu Baichan. He suddenly grabs my phone, hangs up, his face turning livid. What do you want exactly? He stands up, his presence completely overwhelming. Using an old lady. Where is your conscience? I don't have much of one. I yell back. I just want the truth. If you judge me without checking, how are you any different from them? The high and mighty President Gu is actually just blind. We stare each other down, as the air seems to freeze. Just then, the office door swings open. Baichan, I heard you were here, so I brought some snacks. An elegant woman in Chanel walks in. Seeing me, she stops in her tracks. Who are you? She looks me up and down with a wary gaze. Gu Baichan sighs. Miss He, what are you doing up here? Miss He, heiress to the He family, his original fiancée. I sneer, grabbing my bag. It seems I came at a bad time. President Gu, I'll let you get back to it. Go check with the Civil Affairs Bureau, or when your real wife shows up, don't regret it. With that, I turn and leave. Stop right there, Gu Baichan shouts. But I've already rushed out. Passing the He family heiress, I catch the hostility in her eyes. Great, one more enemy. At sunset, I was working part-time as a chef at a private restaurant. That's right, I have many part-time jobs. Courier, server, chef, and designated driver. As long as it pays, I'll do it. I need to save for tuition abroad, to leave this place of chaos. This restaurant is membership only, very high-end. I heard Gu Baichan visits often. While I was explaining dishes to guests in my chef's hat, a familiar voice rang out behind me. Lin Niantang. I turned around and saw Gu Mochen. He was in a white suit, looking like a gentleman, but his face looked terrible with dark circles under his eyes. What are you doing here? He leaned forward and grabbed my wrist. Is it somewhere you belong? Who let you in? I rolled my eyes. Young Master Gu, where I work is none of your business. Let go, or I'll shout for help. You, he gripped harder. Do you know what kind of place this is? A high-end private club. The membership fee is $300,000 a year. An illegitimate daughter like you. What are you doing here? Delivering food or entertaining men? I shoved his hand away and said coldly, Young Master Gu, are we close? Keep your hands off me. I have a husband now. People might talk if they saw this. You, he was fuming. Lin Nian, I chased you for 4 years in college. 4 years. bringing breakfast every day, writing letters, waiting for you outside the dorm. Why didn't you tell me you were illegitimate, if you just said so? Said what? I sneered. So you could insult me like this. Gumochan, you're just like the others, judging me for my birth. You only like the ordinary, hard-working Lin Niantang, not the illegitimate version. No, he argued, his eyes pained. I can't accept being lied to. If you'd told me earlier, I wouldn't have what? I cut him off. Wouldn't have dated me, or wouldn't have chased Lin Anran instead. Gumochan, stop kidding yourself. You never loved me. You loved your imaginary perfect girlfriend. With that, I turned to leave. Brother Mochan, Lin Anran's voice came from behind, walked over gracefully, Gu Mochan's arm intimately, looked at me warily. Niantang, you're here too. This is a high-end venue. What is an illegitimate daughter doing here? Are you working as a servant? Me? I'm working, I said flatly. Lin, I am the head chef here. I'm the one who cooked your foie gras today. I hope it was to your liking. Working? Lin Anran sneered. Is this somewhere you can afford? Do you know how much the membership fee is? $300,000. You couldn't afford it even if I sold you. Besides, can you even cook? Just don't poison anyone. I replied, fine. Have fun, you two. And don't forget to leave a good review. I turned to go. Wait! Gumochan suddenly spoke up. Lin Yantang, if you beg me, I'll let you be my assistant. $50,000 a month, all expenses covered. Thinking I'd cave, he smirked, his gaze full of pity. You'll be my personal assistant, being with me, and gag. Before he could finish, the smell of booze and perfume sent a wave of nausea through me, and I threw up right on his feet. Sorry, I said coolly, wiping my mouth. Morning sickness. The room fell silent. Gumochan turned pale. What did you say? Exiting the restaurant, I saw Gu Bacon at the entrance, leaning against a black Maybach, a cigarette in hand. His gaze was unreadable. He looked at me, his eyes filled with complicated emotions. Lin, we need to talk. I raised an eyebrow. So you finally want to see me, instead of telling me to get out of Haicheng. He stubbed out his cigarette, opened the car door and said, Get in. No way. I'm afraid you'll take me. He took a deep breath. Then let's go to the cafe nearby. I'll buy you a coffee. Is that okay? I considered it. I nodded. Fine, but I want tiramisu. One here tastes bad. We arrived at the cafe. I pulled out the marriage certificate. President Gu, what is going on with this? Can you explain now? Gu Baiken fell silent for a moment, finally spoke. Years ago, my grandfather forced an alliance with the heiress He One King of the He family. I refused, but I was already married on a whim, and even forged a certificate for him. But I never registered at the Civil Affairs Bureau. That certificate was a fake. And I don't know what happened with the system. He rubbed his temples, looking exhausted. My IT guys checked. There really is a registration record from 3 years ago, but no security footage of any procedure. Like the system generated it on its own. Regardless, I'll handle this. Give the old man an explanation. And you too. And the divorce. We'll handle it in a few days. I'll have my lawyer contact you. I nodded. Fine. As soon as possible. I'm sick of people insulting me, saying an illegitimate daughter can't marry into wealth. Just then, my phone rang. It was a message from Mrs. Tang Tang. Come over for dinner on Saturday. I want to see you. Just us. No one else. Mrs. Lin, or rather Zhou Qingwan, was the only one in that house who was kind to me. When I went hungry as a child, she'd leave food for me in the garden. Chen Hongmei forced me to kneel as punishment. She'd secretly bring me a blanket. I got into university, and she paid my tuition anonymously. Fine, I replied. I'll be there. Gu Baiken glanced at my phone. Mrs. Lin, Zhou Qingwan. You know her? I've heard of her. Gave me a strange look. Are you close to her? Closer than most. I put my phone away. President Gu, I'm leaving if there's nothing else. Don't forget the Civil Affairs office. Don't bail. Suddenly, he grabbed my wrist. If we check and find we're actually married, then. I was stunned for a moment and smiled. Then I'll exercise my rights as a wife and have President Gu support me. After all, a husband's job is to provide. You're certainly blunt. I've always been. I pulled my hand back and walked away. I didn't see the thoughtful look on Gu Bacon's face behind me. On today, I arrived early at the restaurant. It was a quiet, high-end, private venue with an elegant atmosphere. Instead of Mrs. Lin, I saw Chen Hongmei and Lin Anran coming out of another booth. What are you doing here? Chen Hongmei shrieked, turning pale. Harassing the Gu family again? Are you stalking us? I rolled my eyes. I'm waiting for someone. Mrs. Lin invited me. Waiting? Lin Anran sneered. You think you belong here? This is an elite place. You're not worthy. Get this now. Security, throw this illegitimate brat out. Don't let her pollute this place. Me. Fine, I'll go. I got up to leave, but I was confused. Mrs. Lin invited me. So why are they here? Wait, Lin Anran blocked my path. I heard you're telling people you're Gu Baiken's wife and even pregnant. Isn't it true? I smiled. Sister, Since you care so much about my life, is it because Gu Mochen treats you poorly? Heh, she sneers. Gu Baiken denied it himself. Why are you still putting on an act? Brother Mochen told me everything. You tried to seduce him at the restaurant and even faked morning sickness. Disgusting. I frowned. Then my phone rings. It's a message from Gu Baiken. Where are you? I'm coming to find you. The truth is out. I sent him my address. 5 minutes later, Gu Baiken appears at the restaurant entrance. Behind him is old Madame Jiang, his grandmother with Alzheimer's. She looks clear-headed today, exuding elegance. Daughter-in-law. The old lady sees me, her eyes lighting as she rushes over. I finally found you. Grandma missed you so much. I stand there in silence. Gu Baiken looks at Lin Anran and Chen Hongmei, his gaze cold as ice. Are you the ones bullying my wife? The room falls dead silent. Lin Anran turns pale, her legs shaking. President Gu, this is a misunderstanding. The Gu family does not welcome you. Gu Baiken speaks coldly. His voice isn't loud, but every word carries weight. Butler, escort them out. From now on, every business under Gu Group is banned to the Lin family and her daughter. Bodyguards step forward immediately, only asking them to leave. Chen Hongmei refuses to give up, giggling and yelling. President Gu, listen! This girl seduced the Gu family first. She's just like her mother, using such dirty tricks. Shut up. Gu Baiken cuts her off. He's low enough to end anyone. Lin Niantang is my legal wife. Respect her, or pay the price. Is Lin Group currently seeking funding from Gu's? Tell Lin Shengyuan the deal is off. Lin Anran looks at me in disbelief, then at Gu Baichen. Are you really? Just as you see. I smile, linking arms with Gu Baichen, since he doesn't pull away anyway. By the way, sister, I recall you saying I was a low-born girl, not good enough for the Gu family. What about now? Still not good enough? Lin Anran turns pale and red by turns, speechless. Finally, she is escorted out by bodyguards, being totally humiliated. Gu Baiken turns to me, his gaze instantly softening, though he still looks a bit uneasy. Honey, let's go home. I'm stunned for a second, knowing he's just putting on a show for the others, yet my heart skips a beat. On the ride back, old Madame Jiang won't stop holding my hand. Granddaughter-in-law, you've suffered these years. Baichen can be such a blockhead. Please be patient with him. I have no words. Grandma, I'm really not. The old lady says stubbornly. You are Bacon's wife, my dear granddaughter-in-law. This jade bracelet is yours. It's passed down from the Gu family to the first daughter-in-law. He insists on putting the emerald bracelet from her own wrist onto mine. Gu Baiken rubs his forehead beside me, but doesn't stop her. Ma, she really is my wife. See? The old lady looks at me proudly. Even my grandson admits it. Granddaughter-in-law. If this boy ever picks on you, tell Grandma. I'll hit him for you. I remain silent. What a mess. I whisper to Gu Baiken. Have you looked into this? What's going on? He stays silent for a moment. The records show we registered to marry 3 years ago. I definitely never went to the marriage office. The only possibility is that someone used our IDs, and this person has very high authority. What does that mean? It means... He looks at me with complicated gaze. We've been set up, forced to become a married couple. Since it's done, before the truth is found, you'll stay as Mrs. Gu. This is for protection, and for surveillance. I sneered. Surveillance. Protection, he corrected. The Lin family sees you as a threat now. Only the Mrs. Gu title can keep you safe. Back at the Gu family ancestral home, a vast Chinese estate, with elegant pavilions and serene gardens, its luxury exceeded my imagination. Old Madame Jiang gave me a tour, introducing everything. This is your and Baiken's wedding room. I have it cleaned daily, and this is the back garden. Do you like flowers? It was a lot to take in. At night, Gu Baichen came to find me. He stood by my door in casual wear, looking less sharp than during the day and a bit more human. Lin Niantang, what? Identity? He paused. To mew. My heart skipped a beat. What did you know? I investigated. He walked in, handing me a file. 2 years ago, Lin Group was on the brink of bankruptcy. Suddenly, they got mysterious funding and tech support, saving them. The source of that money was a mystery person called Dr. Mu. The signature for the tech support was also Dr. Mu Doctor. Mu saved the Lin family but didn't want any shares, only for the Lin family to support a daughter through college. He looked at me with a complex gaze. That technical support, it was you, right? You are, Doctor. Knew I stayed silent for a moment, then nodded. It was me. Why didn't you tell them? Tell Lin Shengyuan. Or anyone. If you had spoken up, your position in the Lin family wouldn't be so awkward. It wasn't necessary, I said calmly. I didn't want to owe the Lin family too much. My mother'd break up a family back then, and that's an original sin. Helping the Lin family this time is my way of paying it back. From now on, we're even. Gu Baiken looked at me, his eyes... Lin Niantang, who are you really? A 22-year-old girl. How could she master those top technologies? I smirked. She's your wife. Your mysterious wife. He suddenly stepped closer and looked down at me. Since you're my wife, shouldn't you fulfill some duties? My heart raced, but I kept cool. What? What duties? Tomorrow, meet the old man with me. He took a step back. He heard I brought my wife back and wants to see you. Play your part well, and you'll be well paid. I felt relieved, yet strangely disappointed. What's in it for me if I play along? I'll keep your Dr. Mew identity a secret. He raised an eyebrow. Also, I'll secure your graduate school spot and make Chen Hongmei and her daughter pay the price. Deal. Early the next morning, I put on the gown Gu Baiken provided, a champagne dress, perfectly tailored, making my skin look fair as snow. I looked at myself in the mirror, hardly recognizing who I was. From a poor student in jeans to Miss Gu, it only took a single dress. Let's go. Gu Baiken was at the door. He looked me over, looking impressed for a second before his face turned stoic again. He held out his hand, and I hit his arm, feeling his firm muscles. Don't be nervous, he whispered. I'm with you. Those words were strangely comforting. In the main hall of the Gu family estate, everything was gold and magnificent. Elder the Gu family sat in the main seat, white-haired but with hawk-like eyes. Next to him was He Wangqing, heiress of the He family, staring at me with hostility. Bacon, this is the wife you mentioned, the elder scoffed. An illegitimate girl. You're mad. Gu Baiken squeezed my hand. Grandpa, the marriage license is real and legally recognized. You wouldn't want me committing bigamy, would you? The old man slams the table in rage. You clearly said it was fake, that you were lying to me. I thought it was fake too. Gu Baiken stays calm, but I checked. It's real, so please accept the reality. Lin Niantang is my wife, the eldest daughter-in-law of the Gu family. I step forward, respectful but bold. Hello, Grandpa. Don't call me Grandpa, the old man bellows. I don't accept this. Ching is the granddaughter-in-law I chose. Who do you think you are? He Wangqing speaks up too, her voice soft but biting. Niantang, I know you've always been a social climber, but using this method, isn't that too low? I know. Miss He, it's not clear who's being low. From what I know, He Group had a financial crisis recently, and desperately needs funds from Gu's. That's why you're so eager for a marriage alliance, right? He Wangqing's expression shifts. I can you. And I am Gu Baiken's legal wife. When you say low, are you calling the civil affairs system low? Or the law? You is up in anger. Enough, the old man barks. Baiken, I'm giving you one last chance. Divorce this girl and marry Wangqing. Otherwise, don't dream of inheriting the Gu family. Gu Baiken sneers. Grandpa, I control Gu's now. You. The inheritance. I don't care about it. But as for my wife, I'm not changing her. Having finished, he grabs my hand and turns to leave. The sound of a glass shattering echoes behind us. I whisper, is this really okay? It's fine. He looks down at me, his gaze gentle. He's old. He doesn't have the energy to fight anymore. My heart is pounding. This act is getting a little too real. Leaving the main hall, Gu Baiken gets a call about an emergency at the office. Old Madame Jiang pulls me to our room to rest, praising me the whole way. My girl, you were incredible today. Little homewrecker was fuming, I said with a smile. Grandma, you don't mind that I'm illegitimate. What's wrong with that? The old lady stared at me. I was born to a concubine too. I married well. My son is capable. Who dares to look down on me? Same goes for you. Since you're marrying Baiken, no one will dare bully you. Then, a servant ran over. Old madam, thing's wrong. The old master collapsed in the study. What? She and I rushed over. He was on the floor, face purple, struggling for air. Call a doctor. Wait, the doctor won't make it in time. The lady panicked. Granddaughter-in-law, what do we do? I stepped forward to check, thinking it was an acute heart attack. Bring me my bag. Hurry, I shouted. In the bag was my set of acupuncture needles. I was trained by a master doctor. This was my secret. I used the needles quickly, my technique practiced and smooth. 10 minutes later, his breathing stabilized, and his color returned. By then, the family doctor arrived. He looked at me in shock. Young lady, this is an ancient lost art. Simply miraculous. If not for your timely help, the old master would have been gone. I put the needles away and said calmly, I just know a little bit. Gu Baiken arrived after hearing the news. Seeing the scene, his gaze completely shifted. You saved grandfather. Just a helping hand. He watched me with deep eyes, as if meeting me for the first time. Lin Niantang, how many secrets are you hiding? I winked and said, you guess. That night, the old master didn't say much, but his look was no longer hostile. He Wangqing was sent back. Word is, once the He family found out, the alliance was no longer mentioned out of shame. I lay in the guest room bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling like the day was a dream. My phone buzzed. A message from my associate. Boss, I found it. The events from 3 years ago involved the old master of the Gu family. He bribed someone to use your ID to marry Gu Baichen, blocking Gu Baichen's union with the He family. The He family and the uncle were colluding to take over Gu's. I was stunned. It turns out the old master orchestrated everything, and Gu Baichen and I were just pawns. Next day, I told Gu Baichen about this discovery. After listening, he fell silent for a long time. So, to stop the He family, Grandpa set a trap 3 years ago to tie the two of us together. That seems to be the case. I nodded. The system records are real, but we didn't do it ourselves. The old man is powerful and well-connected. Bribing staff to manipulate files wasn't hard for him. Bacon forced a smile. I thought he was just playing favorites. I never expected he was protecting me. Maybe, I shrugged, but that protection sacrificed an innocent person like me. President Gu, what do you plan to do? He looked at me with a mixed gaze. Since it's already done, we'll just go along with it. What do you mean? I mean, he stepped closer to me. Since you're my wife, be my wife for a lifetime. Let's play the part all the way. What do you think? My heart skipped a beat. Are you serious? Do I look like I'm joking? He reached out and touched my cheek. Lin Niantang, I realized that for you. I was interrupted by my phone ringing. It was the hospital. Miss Lin, mother is awake. My mum? Awake? My mother has been in a coma for 5 years now. Ignoring Gu Baiken, I grabbed my bag and rushed out. He followed. I'll drive you. In the car, I was trembling all over. She was an unwanted lover back then. But she was tricked by Lin Shengyuan. Depression set in later, and she nearly lost her life in an accident, ending up in a coma. If she can really wake up, at the hospital, I rushed into the ward. My mother was indeed awake, looking at me weakly. Tang Tang, Mom. I threw myself to the bedside, tears streaming down my face. Baiken stands at the door, without coming in, his gaze softer than ever before. That night, my mum's condition stabilized. The doctor called it a miracle. Walking out of the ward, I see Gu Baiken still in the hallway, holding a cup of hot cocoa. For you. He hands it over. It's been hard on you. Thank you. I take it, take a sip, and the sweetness calms my nerves. Lin Niantang, he suddenly says. Let's get married. Not for show, for real. I freeze. What? I said. He looks at me earnestly. I like you. From when you scolded me on the balcony, from your patience with grandmother, from how you stood your ground with my grandfather, I realized I've fallen for you. Since we're already married legally, emotionally, become my real wife. You. I look at him, my eyes welling up. Yes. 2 months later, I'm having dinner at the Gu family estate. I suddenly feel nauseous. Gag. The old lady's eyes light up. Granddaughter-in-law, could you be expecting? No way, right? The family doctor checks. And it's true. 2 months pregnant. Gu Baichen freezes on the spot, documents scattering everywhere. 3 seconds later, he flashes a huge grin, rushes over, and spins me around. Honey, thank you for your hard work. I'm going to be a dad. The old lady beams with joy. I'm going to have a great grandchild. Quickly, bring out my golden locket set. News of the pregnancy spreads like wildfire throughout Haicheng's high society. The Lin family hears the news, are filled with deep regret, especially Chen Hongmei. How is she capable of this? She's just a common witch, how can it be? Chen Hongmei throws things around at home. Anran, what will you do? Gu Mokin is ignoring you completely now. Lin Anran's face was pale. Mom, what do we do? If Lin Niantang really becomes Mrs. Gu, we're finished. Lin Shengyuan stayed silent, with shifting eyes. A few days later, Lin Shengyuan personally visited the Gu family, asked to see me. Gu Baiken had him kicked out. Daring to bully my wife. You tired of living? He held me close, voice gentle yet dominating. In the future, anyone from the Lin family will not be seen. I leaned against his chest, stroking my slightly rounded belly, feeling mixed emotions. Even though I'm still in postpartum recovery, I did to restart my career. Instead of staying home with the baby, you want to work? Gu Baiken frowned. Can't the Gu family provide for you? The baby has a nanny and his grandmother. I rolled my eyes at him. And if I don't work, who will support you? Is your salary enough for my chips? I'll take care of you. That's a different story. I founded a new energy company named Niambei Tech, still using the identity Dr. Mew. But this time, I won't hide it. On opening day, various media outlets reported, Mysterious Doctor. Mew makes first public appearance. A major breakthrough in the industry. The real identity of Doctor. Mew is revealed. She's the young lady of Gu Group. When the Lin family saw the news, they were green with envy, especially Lin Anran. She is just Lin Niantang. Lin Anran screamed at home. How can that illegitimate girl be a PhD? Gu Baiken must have bought the title for her. Chen Hongmei was also stunned. Impossible we raised her. I know what she's really like. Lin Shenyuan stayed silent. He knows what he was thinking. But he couldn't hide his regret. The company rose rapidly. With core technology, quickly became the industry star. Baiken may complain, but he has helped me so much in secret, introducing clients and clearing obstacles. One night, he held me and said, Wife, you're so amazing, I'm starting to feel inferior. Then work hard to keep up. I laughed. President Gu, don't fall too far behind. A year later, I gave birth to a son. Everything went well, and the baby is healthy. He weighed nearly 8 pounds and has a loud cry. Gu Baiken named him Gu Sitang, to signify Lin Niantang, cherishing our destiny. I didn't object. I knew that he loves me. As for the Lin family, the marriage between Lin Anran and Gu Mochen fell through. Word says, old mister. The Gu family looked down on Lin Anran's character. Plus, Gu Mochen's obsession with me infuriated the old man. Chong Mei cries at home all day, but it's useless now. Lin Shengyuan tried to visit me several times to fix our relationship, but Gu Baiken blocked him every time. Niatang, Dad knows he was wrong. Mr. Lin, I said coldly, you only have one daughter, and that's Lin Anran. I am not your daughter. I was just a mistake from a past fling. Now that mistake is corrected. Please stop disturbing my life. Lin Shengyuan left in shame. The day I finished my postnatal recovery, Gu Baichen threw a grand wedding at the Gu family estate. The whole city knew, and media covered it wildly. It was both a make-up ceremony and a public recognition. I wore a white wedding dress and had my father's arm. I hired an actor. Because Lin Shengyuan doesn't deserve to lead me to Gu Baiken, he was in a black tuxedo, handsome as a prince. He took my hand, smiling gently, with tears in his eyes. Wife, in this lifetime, I love you truly, protect you, and never let you suffer. I leaned into his arms, looking at our sleeping baby below the stage. There was also the elderly lady, smiling from ear to ear. Good. In this life, I finally found the right person. After the wedding, we returned to our new home. He held me, whispered, "Thank you for marrying me." "And thank you," I said, "for believing in that mix-up." Looked at each other and smiled. Life after marriage was peaceful and happy, but I didn't expect that the Lin family still hadn't given up. One day, while I was in a meeting at the office, the secretary came in and reported, "Mr. Lin, Miss Lin is here, sitting in the downstairs lobby." Lin, who was Zhou Qingwan, I frowned. "Let her come up." Zhou Qingwan slowly walked in, looking much older than when we last met. Her hair had turned quite grey, the wrinkles on her face were deeper, but her eyes remained clear. Tang. She looked at me, her eyes reddening. "I've come to see you, and the child. I had some pour her tea. Miss Seuss, Lin, please just tell me why you're here." "I'm sorry." Finally, she spoke, her voice trembling with emotion. "Over all these years, you've suffered so much." I remained silent. Zhou Qingwan is the Lin family's legal wife. Years ago, Chen Hongmei showed up while pregnant, causing her to go into premature labor. The two children were born on the same day. Later, Chen Hongmei used schemes to swap the babies, leading to Lin Anran becoming the legitimate daughter, while I was relegated to being the illegitimate one. During all these years, Zhou Qingwan was the only one who was kind to me. When I was hungry as a child, she would leave food for me in the garden. When I was bullied by Chen Hongmei, she would secretly comfort me. When I got into university, she anonymously paid my tuition. "Mrs. Lin, you don't need to apologize." I spoke, my voice softening a little. "Back then, you already done enough. I don't blame you." Then, she looks at me with an expectant gaze. "Will you still accept me? I know I'm not worthy, but I've always seen you as my daughter." I don't answer right away. After a moment, I speak. "You will always be family. If Sitang is willing, you can be her grandmother." Qingwan's tears fall. She's choked up with sobs. She takes out a document. "This is 10% of the shares in Lin Group, but under my personal name. I'm transferring them to you as your dowry and as compensation." "That's not necessary. Take it," she insists. "Otherwise my conscience won't be at peace. Also, I have sued Chen Hongmei. Switching children is a form of abduction. She will face the law." Take the file. Heart feeling a mix of emotions. Maybe this is the best ending. When the news of Chen Hongmei's arrest arrives, I'm thinking my son. The evidence is irrefutable. Not only will she serve time, she must pay Zhou Qingwan massive damages. Lin Ran has completely snapped. She's no longer the Gu family's fiancée, nor is she the Lin family heiress. Now her mother is going to prison. She makes a scene at my office before the guards kick her out. "Lin Niantang, it's all because of you. You stole everything from me," she screams from below, standing at the window, looking at her wretched state. I feel no joy, only a heavy sigh. Gu Moken also comes, wanting to see me, but I refuse. "Tell him," I say to secretary, "the past is in the past. I'm happy now. Tell him not to bother me." They say Gu Mochen stood outside all night, left quietly the next day. I hear he left Haicheng to go abroad, remained single for life. My best friend Xiaoxia told me all of this. "Niantang, you're so lucky." Xiaoxia came over to see the kids, her face full of envy. "Gu Baiken is so good to you. He treats you like a queen." "What's wrong?" I asked with a smile. "Like my boyfriend. He just plays video games all day." She sighed. "By the way, what's Huo Tingyan doing lately?" "Huo Tingyan?" I paused for a moment. "Who was that? Don't you remember?" My friend rolled her eyes. "The senior who liked you in college. Even before Gu Mochen. They say all his girlfriends have your shadow and look just like you." "I guess what's out of reach is always tempting," she concluded. "But now that you have President Gu, just let the past stay in the past." I said nothing. Some mistakes last a lifetime once missed. I don't regret it. I'm just glad my son Gu Sitang is growing up. The kid is lively, like me, so full of mischief. Every time Gu Baiken disciplines him, he'll hide behind my back, cling to my leg. "Mom, save me, Dad's going to hit me." Gu Baiken sighed helplessly. "Gu Sitang, you spilled the milk powder everywhere again." Hee hee. My son made a face at him, snickering behind my back. I spy, laughing happily, watching their battle of wits. Days like this are still and happy. That evening, Gubakin held me in bed, our son sleeping soundly nearby. Honey, thank you. He kissed my forehead. Thank me for what? For being willing to marry me, he said seriously. For giving me sitang, and for being in my life. I turned to look at him, stroking his face. If I hadn't gone to the bureau back then, I might have missed all this. No, you wouldn't. He held my hand. It was destiny that you'd be my wife. Even without that mix-up, we would have met another way. Because I've always been waiting. Waiting for the one who moves my heart. So smooth talking. Only for you. I smiled and leaned into his arms. Outside, the moonlight was soft as water. Perhaps fate arranged everything so that when I was at my lowest, I met him. In my most desperate moment, I found love. On the day of our IPO, I wore a sharp suit, sitting on stage for the bell-ringing ceremony. In the audience was Gu Baichen, holding our son and giving me a thumbs up. As the stock price soared, my worth skyrocketed. But more than that, I cared about that man's smile. After the ceremony, reporters crowded around. Mr. Lin, as a female entrepreneur, how do you feel? Mr. Lin, how do you balance career and family? I smiled. There is no secret to balance. I just have someone carrying the weight for me. I looked at Gu Bacon. He was looking back at me with such a gentle gaze. That night, we held a celebration party. Best friend Xiaoxia came. Her new boyfriend looked much more reliable than the last one. Niantang, really have it all, she said enviously. Success in both love and career. It's a cute son. You'll have that too. I toasted her. Gu Baichen walked over, putting an arm around my waist. What are you two chatting about? About how much you spoil your wife. Xiaoxia laughed. President Gu, don't you dare bully Niantang, or I'm coming for you. I wouldn't dare. Gu Baichen raised his hands in surrender. He's the boss of the house. We all laughed. Then, old Madame Jiang called, saying our son had a fever. We rushed home. It was just teething. A mild fever. Nothing serious. Gu Baichen stayed by the bedside, wiping the baby's forehead with warm water with such gentle care. I stood at the door watching, my eyes welling with tears. This man is a dominant business tycoon in public, and a gentle husband and father at home. I walked over and hugged him from behind. What is it? He asked. Nothing, I said. I just feel so happy. He turned around, pulling me into his arms. You'll be even happier from now on. Years later, my son asked me, Mum, how did you and Dad meet? Sitting in the rocking chair in the garden, watching the sunset. I thought about it and said, back then, I had just come out of a failed relationship. I was desperate and lost. And then? Then your father appeared. I smiled. He was so mean at first, saying I wasn't good enough to marry him. Later, he realized how great I was and changed his mind. Is Dad really that shallow? The son asked curiously. It's not being shallow. Gu Baichen walked over and joined our conversation. It's that I found out your mother is a treasure. Then, Mum, do you love Dad? My son asked again. I do, I said without hesitation. I love your father very much. How much? I thought. As much as my own life. No, more than my life. My son smiled. Then I love you both too. And how much do we love you? Gu Baichen picked him up. As much as your own lives, he shouted loudly. We looked at each other and smiled. Gu Baichen set the boy down, walked over, and took my hand. Niantang, in this life, the next life, and for all lives to come, you are mine. So bossy. Only with you. The sun set, stretching our shadows long on the path. This life, starting from that mix-up to the happiness of this moment, is like a dream. But this dream will never end.